What is going on? Welcome to the Raw September 12th, 1994 edition after SummerSlam. Let's get right into the review. Raw returns from a 2 week hiatus, and we have Vince and Macho Man running down the show for tonight. This is after SummerSlam, like I mentioned, and I thought it was a poor pay per view. Going into it, I thought it was going to be decent, but besides the Owen and Bret match, everything else was not worth watching. It was like every other match ended terribly, DQ or interference. Not the best pay per view of 1994, that's for sure. Oh yeah, and the new tag team champions are apparently Diesel and Shawn Michaels. They beat the Headshrinkers, who didn't have any Raw TV time since winning the belts whatsoever. At least the belts are on guys who will actually be featured now, but I think they missed the boat by not having the Headshrinkers appear more on Raw because they were actually a good heel team. When they turned them face, it probably made them work a little bit differently, but with the teams that they have, I think they could have done something more with them. But they just took the belts off them, and I don't think with who they have them on now, I doubt that the Headshrinkers will get the belts back. So the first match of the show is QUAN versus the returning Undertaker. This show is actually stacked. They have the new tag champs and a King's Court segment on this show too. Undertaker with his new purple attire. Never been a fan of this look. He's supposed to be a badass, a dead man, whatever you want to call it, and he's wearing purple. Never understood it. Now, obviously, you can say it shouldn't matter what color it is, but come on. Like light colors, like why would the Undertaker character wear those type of colors? It doesn't make any sense. He's more of being a dark character, right? So, and you can't even say because of the lightning because think about it. What lightning have you seen in real life that is purple? So, you can't say yeah, they have purple lightning, but lightning in real life is not purple. So, it doesn't make any sense if you want to bring up the lightning. Getting into the match, Quang does some moves to Taker, but Undertaker doesn't stay down for long. Quang able to duck a clothesline, and when we come back from commercial, he's actually in control of Taker. Harvey Whippleman then distracts the ref, and Quang spits the green mist. It has no effect on Taker, and he spits a green mist back in Quang's face. So it looks like the Undertaker also has the power of the green mist, because there's no way that this mist was everything that was spit into his face, because it was the same amount that Quang spit, the that the Undertaker spit back at Quang. So Undertaker has the green mist power. Who knew? They should bring this back up. I'm recording this in the middle of 2021, so when the Undertaker returns, because you know he's gonna return, they should bring him back and have him have the green mist, just as a callback. Undertaker hits the chokeslam and picks up the win there. Then they show a quick Coliseum home video footage of the cage match between the Hart brothers, and that leads into Jim Neidhart in a jobber match. Neidhart picks up the win with a camel clutch, and after the match, he puts the hold back on the jobber. Owen puts the Hitman glasses on him and snaps them off his face. Next, we see footage of a WWF Superstars taping where Lawler pops Dink's balloon. Yes, that is where the WWF is in terms of mid-card storylines. We have a King's Court next, and unfortunately, it's Doink and Dink as his guest. Doink tells us that President Jack Tunney requests that Lawler apologize for what he did. What is this? There are no apologies in wrestling. Well, except for that one time. Oh, and that other time. But you know what? Apologies, I guess, are a part of wrestling. A couple of poor attempts at jokes from both sides. Doink says he brought out a present for the king. It's a big box and Lawler doesn't trust him, so instead Doink opens it for him. They unwrap it and it's a garbage can. If you don't remember, the king attacked Duke the Dumpster Josie with a garbage can, and next week they will go one on one. Jerry goes to kick the trash can and he falls down because they put weights inside the can, so Lawler injures his foot. So that's the build that they're putting on for the match between him and Duke next week. Next up, we have Shawn Michaels and Diesel in a tag match against some jobbers. Diesel no longer the Intercontinental Champion after losing to Razor Ramon at SummerSlam. After a jackknife, HBK climbs the shoulders of Diesel and hits the splash for the win. Then we see some footage from WWF Superstars, and DiBiase wants someone to challenge Bam Bam Bigelow. Out comes Adam Bomb. You know, I've noticed they have different wrestlers that are put in different situations when they need someone. It's been Crush when he was a face, then it was Tatanka, and now it looks like it's going to be Adam Bomb. By the way, Adam takes out Bigelow and stands tall. It wasn't a match though, and also speaking of Adam, he takes on Dwayne Gill next on Raw, and he picks up the win with the pump handle slam. I guess since Diesel has the jackknife, he can't do the powerbomb anymore, so yeah. Next up, we have the Bushwhackers, who are somehow still employed. They come out for a match versus Jobbers and pick up a random win. That's the last thing on Raw, so let's move on. And I think I'm going to leave the awards off the reviews for a while. Once I get multiple choices for awards, I'll bring them back, or probably when the show moves to 2 hours. This episode showed promise at the start, but it just fell off the rails with wacky 90s wrestling BS. Only kids under like 7 would find this show to be any good. So this will add a tally in the bad Raws. I know where the main belt goes later this year, and knowing that, I can't see how the rest of 1994, mid card, and anything below that can be any good. So you're welcome for the review so that you don't have to watch this. And thanks to myself because I'm actually sticking with this. Can't believe I'm actually 2 years deep doing this. In the year 2030, I'm going to be finished with doing these reviews from 1993 all the way to 2014. That I don't even want to think about that. If I'm actually still doing this stuff in the year 2030, I better be making bank off this. And if I'm not, you'll probably see me stop somewhere because eventually I got to move on with my life, right? I don't want to be doing reviews just for nothing. But yeah, hopefully, hey, in 2030, if I'm doing this episode right here, I called it. And hey, I'm gonna put this out into existence. You gotta put out good vibes all the time, right? 2030, this is gonna work out. I'm gonna be in 2014 reviewing this stuff, and I'm gonna be living life, just like every single one of you that's watching right now. You're gonna look back on this and you're gonna be like, in 2021, what was I doing? And look at me now. That's gonna be you too. Just think about it. All right. But with that being said, I'm out. I'll catch you guys on the next review. I forgot that this was even a review with all the rambling that I've been doing. But yeah, goodbye. I'm out.